What's up, everybody? What up, everybody? All one of you. What's up, Bill? Welcome to another riveting episode of the Dark Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Shady. Let's do this thing real quick. Hold on. Gotta bang it out, you know. Welcome to the show. This week, I have Gabe Ayllon. I think that's how you pronounce it. Did I say it right? I don't know. We'll have to ask him when he comes in here. But anyways, so Gabe, I don't know a whole lot about him because I don't like to try to get to know the guest 100% before the show starts. I like to discover things during it, right? But we did have a good conversation yesterday about business and stuff. And funny thing is, after we had been talking, testing out the podcast and stuff for about like 20 minutes or so, he kept getting phone calls from customers. I got a phone call from one guy who brought me 3 vehicles. It was all 2 doors and a windshield. It was his wife's, and his work truck. So I told him that he's my lucky charm. So I'm gonna start calling him every day just so I can get some business. No, I'm just kidding. But it was just cool, you know. It was a nice what is it called? Nice surprise. It was a coincidence is what I meant. And yeah, so I can't wait to talk to him about business. He's got a great story. He told me about some things. I don't want to spoil anything. But before we start, I do have something that I would like to show y'all. I know y'all been seeing these really cool awards, the sports awards from Tinner Battles. Like Sean G got one, Letha, Michelle got one, Johnny got one. I can't remember who all else has gotten one. I think Danny Munoz got one. Who else? I can't remember. I had all of them in my head just a minute ago. Either way, I got a package today, and I wasn't expecting said package. And yeah, so check this out, y'all. Can you guess what it is? Look at this. What? Brother. Look at that guy. Cross-eyed and everything. But that's what the coolest part is. The Be Who You Needed award. That means more to me than the belts, honestly. And the reason being is that being recognized for something that you believe in and something that you try to be every day. I'm not always who I needed. Let's just get that straight. I'm not always the person that I need. And I wasn't the person I needed for a long time. But here lately, I've been chipping away at the whole, I need to be who I needed, right? And I have been more so than I have in the past. And it's just something that really hits home with me that he sent that. And it's, I appreciate it, Carlos. I don't know if you're watching, but I just want to say thank you. And for the people at TintWiz that put it together and sent it out and all that good stuff, thank you. I really appreciate it. Sorry. Compose myself real quick. Anyways, pretty cool that I got that. Pretty excited about it. My kids loved it. They thought it was super cool. My wife loved it. I actually showed her first. I opened the box and I pulled it up without looking at it. And she was just like, hell yeah, that's badass. So thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Tinner Battles. And thank you, TintWiz, for everything y'all do and continue to do. If you didn't attend Tinner Battles and you are going to attend the next one, I highly recommend just meeting everybody and all that good stuff. You never know what can come of it. Several opportunities have been put before me because of doing Tinner Battles and also being a part of the industry in the sense of like putting content out and helping and stuff like that. I'm not the best guy to take advice from, don't get me wrong. But as long as you put forth your authentic, true self and be who you needed, then, you know, some crazy cool things can happen in your life. And I promise that it's going to be worth it when you try. When you express yourself and put yourself out there in an authentic and and true form. God, dude, I can't fucking talk. It's been a kind of long day. But I actually just finished working. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Do you, and do it unapologetically. Anyways, okay. So, got that out the way. I'm going to go ahead and start the, what do you call that thing? The intro. And then after the intro, my guest is ready, then we will get this thing popping. We can meet Gabe and talk to him about his wet tints. You know what I'm saying? Here's the intro to the show. All right, everybody, welcome our guest, Gabe. What's up, dude?
What's up, everybody?
Everybody, we got a whole 8 people in here. Introduce yourself, sir.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about you.
Yep. So my name is Gabriel. I go by Gabe. I'm the owner of Gabe's Tints. My last name is Ayllon. Yeah, that's how you correct.
I got it. Yes. Yeah. I'm glad I asked you, though.
Yeah, so I've been tinting for about 4 to 5 years now. I think it's 4 years. We lost count after a while, but yeah.
So in those 4 or 5 years, have you been running solo with a shop? Have you been working for people?
What have you been? I tried getting a job at Tin World at some point.
Ew.
But they didn't want to hire me because I didn't have experience. So
right.
I tried to find another job at a local tint shop as well. They didn't want to hire me because I didn't have experience. So that kind of pushed me to start it on my own. So I started off mobile for a little while. I started in 2022. I found a course online. It's called Tint School Online. And some of you might be familiar with it. So I started there in January of 2022. I got my first customer in March of 2022. And then I started doing mobile for a little while, for a few months on the side, because I still had my day job. So I was doing that.
If you don't mind me asking, how was the Tint School Online? Because I've got a buddy that's actually in the comments right now. His name's Bill. I don't know if you know Bill, but he was a Tint School Online guy. And that's how he learned. I've never looked into it. I haven't seen any of the criteria or any of the curriculum or whatever. So if you would, just give us a little idea of how it went for you and how confident you are after you attended that.
So, yeah, I'll get to your question. So at the beginning, a local tint shop wanted to charge me $1,200 to teach me how to tint. So I kind of did my own research and found Tint School Online, and it was around that same amount, but it was divided by months, so in 3 months. So I was like, all right, I'll try it out for a month, and if it doesn't work, I'll just cancel the membership. So That's what I did, and I liked it. So say you watch a couple videos how to tint a side window, and then let's say you get a finger and you don't really know what a finger is when you start. So you go on the page and it's called Tint Fixtures. So you go on there and you look for the same picture of what it looks like, and then it says finger right there and how to fix it. Then you click on that video and it tells you how to fix it. So, and then when you get bananas or whatever.
Bananas? Hold on. Bananas.
Yeah, like the squiggly lines.
Oh, people call them peanuts too. Yeah. But I've never heard it called a banana, bro. That's a great term.
Yeah. So there's basically a video for any situation that you might have while tinting a window. So that's pretty cool to me. And then they have like a Facebook group. So if you have any issues with a customer, pricing them out, or with the window, or whatever the case may be, while you're out on the field, you can just post on the group chat, and then from there you can just get answers right away from great people that already done it before.
That's dope. Going back to the bananas thing, you know what I've always called them? I don't think anybody else calls them these. I call them noodles.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because they look like little noodles, bro, like little macaroni noodles, dude. Like,
Yeah,
especially on like charger back glasses when I didn't know what I was doing, dude, they would be it would look like a bowl of spaghetti, bro. Like, there's so many. So it was like, well, that's what I was taught by the guy that taught me. He always called them noodles. And then when I heard people calling them peanuts, I was like, who the fuck calls it a peanut, dude? And now there's bananas. What's up with the food names for these things, dude? That's what I want to know. What's up with the food names?
Yeah. But yeah, I heard
Great.
some stuff from some people from the industry, like the tint industry, and they were saying, "Oh, you need to find a good person to teach you how to tint. You don't know how to tint because you learn off like online." So
Right.
I've been in business for this amount of time tinting customers' cars, so I think I know what I'm doing. I
Right.
might be doing things differently, but I'm like you do learn online for sure.
Yeah, the core knowledge of like the problem areas and stuff like that. Hey, but Mauricio, he said, "Hey, bro, don't say too much unless they're paying you to advertise. Watch out
Oh,
now."
okay. Yeah. Let's cut it out. Let's cut it out.
No, it's fine. It's fine. They can get the free. They can get the free advertising on here unless they want to be a sponsor. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah,
But that's awesome, dude. So, did you have any prior knowledge about tinting before you took tint school online, or did you just kind of like watch videos here and there and try to learn it, and then you were like, "Shit, I need to be taught," instead of trying to figure it out?
No, so I got my first car. It was a Dodge Neon. It didn't have any tint at all. And I took it to the one guy that I mentioned at the beginning. Like he wanted to teach me. But when I went to go take my car there, he told me, he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a helper. I can teach you. Just pay me this amount. I'll teach you and I'll give you a job once you know what you're doing." And then that's kind of what sparked it. That's kind of what gave me the idea to keep going, like, to try it out. I was like, I'm trying all these jobs. I'm trying construction, landscaping, cashiers at places, and it doesn't really pay that much. So let me just give this a chance and see what happens. So, yeah.
But he wanted $1,200 to teach you how to tint when you were going to work for him, basically.
Yeah,
that's crazy. See, I've never heard of that. I've heard of people like if they're in the same city, they won't train you, but they will let you work there and not get paid for like a 3-month period or something while you're learning, and then start paying you once you get good enough to be able to put out customer cars. But I've never heard of a shop being like, "Yeah, you have to pay me to train you and then I'll pay you." That's
that's
new.
kind of messed up.
One.
He has a bad reputation, regardless, but that's another topic. But
is he one of those like famine mentality guys? It's like he doesn't want to teach you any secrets unless you work for him type thing.
Yeah.
See, that kind of mindset in this industry, in my opinion, is kind of dwindling out, which is nice because of the newer age, like, trying to help each other all the time. And here's, and then there's people that are like, "Why are you telling them the secrets, man? They're going to steal your money." It's like, what? How's this guy over in North Carolina going to take my money because I taught him one little technique for shrinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can understand not teaching somebody that's like 10 miles from you, or like giving advice to somebody that's like in the same state, maybe. But it's like that whole mindset of like, I'm not going to teach you, for one, unless you pay me, which is crazy, especially if you're going to work for them. And then two, like, what is it going to really hurt if you have one more person that's new learning? Are they going to steal money from you? No. Like, if you're an established business and this newer person comes in, they're probably going to get people that want a cheaper price because they're going to be selling cheaper jobs and all that good stuff. So your customer base shouldn't change because of that. I've never gotten that mindset.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy what he does, but I fixed his jobs now, so I'm pretty happy with that.
That's great. See, that's karma. That's how it comes around full circle, dude. Like, he just kind of, I guess my guess is that he hasn't grown since you started, and now he's probably going on the downhill slope, because you see like some older guys that they don't care about how good their jobs are anymore. They just want to make the money to be able to retire or whatever, right?
Yep.
And that's what it reminds me of, because there's also some older guys that have been tinting for like 30 years here that haven't grown with the industry, or even like grown themselves, and they're missing out on jobs because they're so stuck in dinosaur age. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they tell you a price and that's it. And now, like I use TintWiz, and I send a proposal with pictures and explanations and talk to the customers instead of being like, yeah, man, I'll shoot you a DM on a post, right? Like you see those a lot. I do at least. Like instead of telling somebody like, hey, you know, we'd love to talk to you about it over the phone or whatever, it's always just send me a DM. And it's like, what? Doesn't seem very professional, right? So speaking of professional, you said after January 22, March was your first customer card. Did you do any like friends and families cards in between then to learn more?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yep.
So what was that like?
It was really cold outside, so when I was spraying the solution, like the soap and water, to the glass, it would freeze like immediately. So that's how bad that situation was. That kind of says it all. So it was pretty bad. I mean, I wanted to learn, so I put myself out there. I was putting up tents with tarps on the sides, and then I was putting a propane heater inside to kind of like heat up the place where I was tinting. I mean,
I didn't even ask where are you located?
I'm located here in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cold as fuck there, dude. All the time.
Yeah.
It's probably never really that warm, is it?
In the summer, I mean.
Does it get pretty hot up there?
Yeah, pretty humid.
Oh, y'all got bad humidity too, dude?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Our humidity is fucking horrible here, man. I'm in Arkansas, so I'm in the nutsack of America. You know what I'm saying? Like we get sweaty down here, bro. Like it's like 100 degrees. The heat index is like 110 and there's like 80% humidity. So like you walk outside and it's like walking into a wet cloud of heat. You're like, oh, fuck this. So I don't know about the cold, except for this past week when we got snowed in and iced in. And that shit sucks. Y'all can have it. Y'all can keep it up there, dude. Y'all can keep it up there, bro. Like your weather got drunk and came to my house. You know what I'm saying? Like it needs to go back and stay there.
Yeah, we don't need it here either. So that's all.
He's like, it's bad for business, bro.
But yeah, I mean, I was mobile for going back to that part of it. I was mobile since from March all the way to November. But I was doing it on the side with my day job. Then in November,
what was your day job, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it was landscaping at that time.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so I was cutting grass and getting cash. You know?
Hell yeah.
So,
and then needing the gas to go tint some ass, you know?
Yeah. But then I found my first shop. It was like you start somewhere, right?
Always.
The doors hit it like on the sides, like on the walls. That's how tiny that shop was.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to pay $400 a month for that shop.
Shit, that ain't bad, bro.
It was a good beginner shop.
Did you have like pool noodles on the walls to like keep them from bumping?
No, I didn't. No, I used to what I used to do is I used to put like clamps with microfiber towels on the side of the door, so it would, yeah, that's what I used to do.
Hell yeah, that's a great idea too. I was just saying that because I worked at a shop, the last shop I worked at, there was a fucking beam. I don't know if you saw on my old TikTok lives, but there was a beam in the middle of the where the car doors would open. So I like wrapped it in pool noodles, not like the whole beam, but like the corners. And dude, it was like the biggest pain in the ass to work around. I got used to it. You know, I figured out where to park to where I could have minimal bumpage or whatever. But even my little home garage that I've got now, I've got to drive it in, go this way, and then try to straighten it up enough to where the passenger side doesn't hit the wall. And I actually had to move my film rack over because I didn't even think about that. And every time I'd open a truck door, my film was right there and it was knocking my film off the fucking rack. So I ended up moving it, and it feels like it's got so much more space, dude. It's crazy how like just a small, this much off the wall, moving it somewhere else can keep it more efficient. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you were doing mobile, you said you were setting up tents and stuff, right? Did you have like a canopy with like tarps, or did you have like one of those cool blow up fucking like the blow up tent things?
I wasn't that.
Oh, you wasn't that bougie?
Nah. So I kind of just had the canopy, and then I just clamped some tarps on the sides, and then sometimes the customers had their own garage, so I would.
Oh, that's the bet right there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. Whenever I'm doing mobile jobs or somebody wants a mobile job on my lead form, I actually, Jesus, stuttering a little bit. I ask in my lead form, if you have an enclosed area for me to work in, and if they say no, whenever I call them, I'm like, hey, I would prefer it if you could bring it to my climate controlled shop. I can do it there. Just know that the job's not going to be as good as it would be here in my shop. And most of the time, they'll just bring it out to me. But if it's like 2 doors or something, I don't give a shit. I'll go knock out 2 doors outside. That ain't too bad,
Yeah. So once you go into business, you can kind of pick what you want. So now
for sure.
I don't do any mobile jobs if they don't have a garage. So if they don't have a
Right.
garage, you're not getting mobile service. Last time, it was like one of those parking garages. You know how they're open from the sides.
Yeah.
He kind of got me there because I showed up. I was showing up to like an enclosed garage, and he was like,
Right.
"Oh, this is it, tinted right there." And I was like, "Oh, I'm already here." I drove 40 minutes there, so I wasn't gonna waste that time. So I had
Right.
to do it.
I mean, some money better than no money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's better. And trust me, this week, I've been working way past the time that I usually work because I need the shit. You know what I mean? Like, so when you first started out, was that kind of your mentality? Was like, by any means necessary, I'm gonna make this money.
yeah. It was good. It was good money at the beginning. Like at the beginning, it's kind of like better because like right now, like it's still good. What I'm trying to say is right now you have business expenses, and when you're starting it
Correct.
at
Yeah, you have more overhead and shit. Yeah.
yeah, you kind of all that
Right.
money is for you. You don't have to pay Uncle Sam. You're kind of doing it under the table.
Right.
It's good. So that's what I kind of meant by that. But
I got you. Hell yeah, dude. And then, so when did you? So it was March, and then how long did you do mobile until you got a shop?
until I got the shop, so in November I got the shop.
November.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I didn't know nothing about business. All those jobs I was getting mobile, it was just word of mouth.
Right.
But, once I got the shop, I had the job at landscaping. So I kind of told my boss, I'm like, hey, I found a shop. I don't want to pay the shop with landscaping money. I want to pay the shop with tint money. So I'm gonna focus on tint. And I quit. And I didn't know nothing about business. I still remember it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday. I moved in on Wednesday, and then I opened up on Thursday. So I had jobs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I felt like the man, like I was like
Of
doing it.
course. Yeah.
And then Monday comes around, everybody went to work, like their normal lives, and my shop was like dead. So I was like, what do I do? I mean, I'm
Panic
already
mode.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I thought just with the social media posts, I was gonna get jobs here and there, left and right. But then it took me about like 2 or 3 weeks to get it together and figure it out. Like you never figure it out. You don't
No,
have
you're always learning, always adjusting, always trying to keep something going, right?
yeah. But after 2 or 3 weeks, that's when I started getting the momentum and started getting like customers coming in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I was still full time. I was still trying to figure it out. I lost my job, so I had to go all in into tinting.
Nice. Bill said he said this. I don't know if you did this, but he said getting back in the course and check the business blueprint helped him huge to start business.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was doing at the
Nice.
beginning.
So they have a pretty good structure when it comes to like how you should operate your business, and like, does it do like, do they get into marketing and stuff, or is it just basically like, hey, this is what you should do with your money?
Yeah, they do get into that. I would just stay a little away from that because Mauricio said that they're not paying for it. But yeah,
I
they
just
do.
want to know what you learned from them, not what they teach people. You know, like what you learned.
So I learned how to market myself. As you see, I have a shirt on with my company. They teach you
Same.
how to market yourself, brand yourself, put your name out there wherever you go business, give business cards to other businesses. And then what one thing they have on the course that actually stands out is the affiliate garage marketing. So you kind of they teach you how to go to other businesses and offer
Right.
your services for different types of negotiations. So you can
Yeah.
I forget the terms, but it's like you can work out of their spot and then you pay them a fee, or you can do subcontracting and different types of partnerships with the businesses, and that's what they teach you there as well.
Nice. Yeah, see, I didn't have any formal business training either. I worked at a shop and basically ran the shop and would I just learned through doing it. And that's kind of how I had the confidence to be like, fuck it, I guess I'm going to open my shop, because I was doing all of the things for the business other than paying the bills. Like I was learning when to order the inventory, how to, talk to customers, how to respond to messages to the Facebook page, to marketing, all that kind of stuff. Right. And so like learning, do you think you've learned more through just trial and error or actually being taught through other channels like that or other people that have given you advice?
I kind of think both. I mean, you're gonna grab things from people,
Right.
but if you don't put yourself out there and try it out yourself, you're not gonna learn anything. So it's kind of, you learn more from your mistakes than what people, like I can tell you, hey, do this, and
Yes.
you're not gonna do it, so you're not gonna learn nothing out of it. So if you try it out and fail, that's when you're gonna learn something from it and get better.
Sorry. Yeah. So, with that, I'm going to bring in the chat real quick because people have been chatting. So you said, I think you had mentioned that you've had a couple shops in the 5 years that you've been tinting, right?
Yeah.
You want to go into that a little bit? You told me you have a good story. Do I want to hear it? I want to hear a good story.
I don't, like, some people will feel embarrassed about this story, but I like to say it because I'm proud of myself, what I overcome.
Damn right.
So that first shop that I had, I got kicked out of there. Couldn't pay the rent, failed in business. So that was in November when I got the shop. So in December and Christmas, I went to the emergency room. I was in the hospital. So that's when I was kind of figuring it out, like business wise. And I had customers dropping off their cars at my shop, and I was at the hospital. So
Damn.
It was kind of like a whole situation there. But then I came out of the hospital, got some customers in. It was just a couple, but I was not in my state of mind because I had some mental issues. And at the hospital, my head was all over the place. So I kind of told them that they kind of asked me some questions, and they said, so what do you do on a daily basis? I'm like, I'm always on the go. I work out. I have a business. I'm always on the go. So they gave me pills to pump up my brain. And what I needed was to slow down my brain because my brain was
already going too fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were going so fast that you were getting nowhere, right? Like, so your wheels are turning. It's like when you see somebody drive down the highway, right? You see their wheels spinning so fast, it looks like they're going backwards.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how it was going. Okay, cool. I'm a big mental health guy, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So then I came back. I got out of the hospital. Everybody in my family was telling me to take my meds, and I was taking them, but they were not the right meds. So
right.
Then in New Year's Eve comes, and then I started driving all over the country with my car. My head was all over the place. I was getting pulled over in different states, and then I got to Virginia at some point, and then I called the cops on myself, and I was like, "Hey, I need help doing this." I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember that much. Right. But they kind of sent me to a mental hospital. And then
was that when you were like trying to figure out what meds were going to work and like your chemicals were unbalanced and shit?
Yeah.
The worst time ever. It's like you don't know what the fuck's going on. You just know you need something, right? You're like, I don't know what's going on, but I need help. Like, please just do something to help, right?
Yeah. So
Been there, dude. Trust me, I know.
I got locked up for 2 weeks on that hospital in Virginia.
Yeah.
Then I came out, and then my that was in February. Then I didn't pay rent for January, February, and March. And then that was when the guy was like, "Hey, that's all I can do for you. Look for something else. Get your stuff out of there." And I didn't want to know nothing about tinting. Like I was done. So I was like, I failed. I'm worth nothing. You got so much thoughts. And I didn't want to know nothing about it. But what got me back into it was customers were reaching out, like left and right, like on the weekends. Hey, can you tint my car? And then it took me from March all the way to September to get my first job again.
Yeah. Was that when you were still trying to to work with the the mental health issues and the medicine trying? Like, did you have to like try a whole bunch of different medications, or was it just kind of like a couple and then they were like, oh, this is what's gonna help you best?
So I've been taking meds for a little while, but
Yeah.
I kind of stopped taking them. So that's what kind of got me into that situation in the first place.
Right.
But then they kind of did their research on my past history, and they put me back on the same meds I was on. So that was already taken care of at the beginning, but I just didn't want to know nothing about tinting at all because I felt horrible. Like I felt like I
It was
failed.
kind of traumatic that you had to go through that, right? To where you were like kind of standoffish towards it, to where you were like, that's not what I need to do because whenever I did that, this is what happened, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I got me and you have a kind of similar story. I actually went to a mental hospital too, having a panic attack because I was like analyzing my life and ended up going to a psychiatric ward for 3 days, and they were putting me on all these meds too, like Abilify and Symbiex and all these like antipsychotics and shit. And that fucked my brain up so bad that I went to Florida and ended up being stranded there and being homeless and going to jail and all this other shit, dude. So like, I vibe with this, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about mentally. Like, I get it. It's
Yeah.
fucking, if nobody has been through shit like that, you don't know how tough it is because you think you're doing the right shit. You're not doing shit right. Like,
Nah.
you're just fucking up over and
Yeah.
over. And then one day, like, okay, so I gotta know, when was it kind of like figured out, like what year, and like how did you come about to where you were able to basically function properly again?
So I came out of that hospital in Virginia in February, and then uh, it was all a mess. Like I was behind on bills. My business was failed. It was a whole mess. I had to pick it up, and that's what I'm proud of. That's why I'm sharing this because
Of
I
course.
was at rock bottom, and I
Yep.
kind of figured it all up and got where I'm at today. I'm not saying that I'm successful, like
Dude, you didn't give
100%.
up. You didn't give
Yeah,
up though. That's the thing.
but
You gave up. You didn't give up. You kept fucking trying, right? You kept going. You didn't want to take no for an answer in the sense. Even if you didn't want to be a part of tinting, you were like, I can't just quit. Like, because
yeah,
you knew that you could get through it at the end of the day, but it's like, it's hard, right? Like, it's hard to fucking deal with that shit and be positive because
yeah,
everything feels like dog shit every single moment. You just feel like you're failure. You feel like you're not worth shit. At least for me, at least. I'm not saying this is how you felt, but I was the same way. I felt like, man, I'm never gonna amount to shit in life. Well, who am I? Like, I had a didn't now that, sorry, I'm getting ahead of my words. I had
yeah.
like an identity crisis, right? And like, I felt like an imposter. Like, I was like, I don't even know who I am anymore. You know? Did you have like that kind of moment to where you were like, I got to figure out who I really am, or like what I'm really going to do with myself?
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Yeah, I've been through that. Yeah, and then all your family like, oh, he's on drugs. Like
Dude,
people.
yes.
Yeah.
And they're like,
So
he's a lost cause. Like, fuck him. Like, your friends disappear. You don't have anybody in your corner. But did you have like, I had one person. Did you have like one person that still believed in you that kept you going?
yeah, my godfathers, they were really there, and my wife as well. They were there for
Dude,
me.
that's amazing. That's the
Yeah,
best. Dude, as long as you got one motherfucker that's going to stand behind you and believe in you, dude, I think that anybody can make it. Like,
yeah. So
anybody.
in that breakdown, I always say the story, and I want to say it again. In that breakdown, when I was going all over the country, I left to Washington D.C. and I didn't take my wallet. I didn't take my phone charger. I just took my phone and my car. That was basically it. My phone died. I didn't have no money to fill up my tank, so I ran out of gas in Washington D.C. I was gonna use Apple Pay, but my phone died as well. So
Right.
I went to this one 7-Eleven, and the lady was really nice. She didn't kick me out or nothing. I was like, hey, can I charge my phone so I can link up Apple Pay to pay you what I just got? I grabbed the coffee
Yeah.
and bread. So she was like, yeah, charge it. I charged it for like 20 minutes, got it back up and running. I walked out and I didn't pay nothing. Like I just grabbed my phone and left, like drank the coffee, and
Right.
but I wasn't fully there. I mean, I can regret what I did, but I
Yeah,
wasn't
you
fully
weren't
there.
very aware of what was actually happening. You were just like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. My phone's charged. Like, on
Yeah,
to the next thing. You know, like, I don't care what's going on here. On to the next thing, right?
yeah. But then my wife, I called my wife, and then my wife went for me all the way down there for me to pick me up with my godfathers. So they
That's
were really
amazing.
there for me. So I'm really
Your
close
wife
with them.
sounds like she's very awesome already. I already like her. She's cool.
Yeah, she had me on my Sometimes it's kind of bad to have it. He has some shady service, but I'll kind of go with the story. So it's kind of bad to have that like tracking, like find my iPhone as a couple sometimes, but sometimes it's actually valuable because what I'm saying is kind of hard to have the find my iPhone between couples, but sometimes it's valuable because that's how she was tracking me when I
Yeah.
was doing all that stuff. So yeah, but going back to February when I got back and started getting things back on track. Actually, in September when I got my first job again after the breakdown and all that stuff, I found another shop. That shop I was paying the same amount, $400 a month, but it was bigger than the first one.
Right. That's a
And
win.
yeah, and it's right here in the town that I'm at now. It's not the one that I
Sick.
have now, but it's here in Nottingham, Pennsylvania. Then I found that shop, and then I was strategizing business a little bit better because I didn't want to fail again since I
Right.
failed the first time. So what I did is I talked to my boss and I told him, hey, I found a shop. I want to focus on my business, but I don't want to pull the trigger yet, like
Right.
go fully in. So is it okay if I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for you, and then the rest of the week for myself? And they were down for it. So I kind of
That's
did that
awesome.
for a few months. I did that from September to December, and I was making good money. Like all the money from like the job, I was paying the
Right.
bills. All the money from the tent, I was taking it in my
Investing.
pocket. Yeah.
Did you,
So
okay, so while you were working for somebody, you said you were tending for them and they
that's
were
when I found my
completely
second
cool.
job. That's
And that
when I
was
found my
they were totally cool with you doing your own thing too. They didn't think that you were trying to steal from them or something, like trying to take their clients and shit.
No, it was a construction company.
Oh,
So
okay. Construction. Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah. So I
Tripping.
was doing construction Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then from the rest of the week I was doing tinting. So I had
Gotcha.
3 days to book an appointment, so it was easier than doing it full time. I mean,
It is a little more stressful when you're like, I have 7 days to fill. And
yeah,
you're like, I work these other days, so I only have 3 days I have to fill. You can condense the shit out of your schedule and have a bunch every day. That's actually like a lot of people that start out doing that, like they start out working somewhere else and doing it on the side. After they go full time, they're like, fuck, man, I wish I would have just kept doing the other thing because I was making, more money in the sense of like a secure job. But
yeah.
then once you establish yourself as a full time tent shop or whatever, that's when you're like, okay, cool, I can't do anything else. When did you get to that point
Like
where
to
you were full time for yourself, not working any other job and all that good stuff?
I think this is my third year full time or somewhere there because I was work. Well, first of all, my wife told me she was pregnant, so
Perfect.
I was like, man, I
Gotta
can't
love
I,
that.
I can't wait till our daughter is born to go full time. I have to do it now. But when is the
Yep.
perfect moment? There's never a perfect moment for
Ever.
that.
Yeah.
So I got a commercial job. I sent the proposal. They approved it. I was at a job site. It was a Monday. I was at a job site and I was like, man, I have to call off a few days to do this job. But I feel like this is a perfect moment to quit and do the job and live off of that job for a few months because I didn't
Right.
have no emergency fund or nothing like that, nothing set up. It
Right.
was just my faith and my gut to just go and do it. So I talked to my boss and I told him, hey, this is what's going on. I think I'm quitting. And then he was like, oh, okay, just let me know one thing or another. And then I called him 30 minutes later after me and my wife talked about it. And yeah, I quit the job and
Yeah,
showed up to do.
because if you're gonna do it, you don't want to give it like a couple days of thought, dude, because then you're going back and forth, right? At least that's for me. Like I'm going like, here's all the good things, here's all the bad things, and it's like, and you're just sitting there hemming and hawing, and it's like now you're still prolonging the perfect time, whatever to do it. It's like, did you just like? You said you just kind of you called him back 30 minutes later, and then you were just like, all right, I'm dead set on doing my own thing.
Yep.
And your wife gave you just words of encouragement, and she was just like, "Hey, if you're gonna do it, do it. I believe in you." You know,
Yeah.
like,
Sure. Yeah.
dude, behind
So,
every fucking great man is a great woman. I'm telling you, dude. Just
yeah,
right
there is.
there by your side, just fucking. Especially when you were at your lowest, man. That's the best shit ever. Like, nobody. I hate to say it this way, but it's like nobody should have believed in you at that point, right? Like,
No.
speaking from my experience too, because like when I met my wife, I just got out of jail. I was on 3 years of felony probation. We hung out one fucking time and she got pregnant. And then boom, like my life started after that, basically. You know what I mean? Like she shouldn't have like believed in me and stayed with me, but she did. And like that, there's something special about a woman that does that, right? And it's just like the best shit ever. Because then
Yeah.
you get to look back and go, you remember this? Now look at us, dude. Like look at us now. Like look at what we're doing. You know, like who would have thought, right? Like it's like who would have thought? Like that meme, like who would have thought? Not me, not me. You know, like
Yeah.
that's awesome, dude.
So yeah, then now that I'm remembering, it was I've been full time 2024, 2025, and 2026 with this year. So this is gonna be my third year full time. So yeah,
That's
then in
awesome, man.
2024 when I went full time, I kind of business is amazing. So it was like I went to Tenter battles. I went to visit my parents for a few weeks. I took some weeks off for my daughters when she was born. So all that you couldn't do with the job. You have to ask for permission, and
So
if they
that
let.
was 24, you said?
That was 24. Yeah,
So you were in Orlando at Wiscastle then.
I was. Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember meeting you, and I apologize because back then I was probably drunk as fuck during the whole thing. So I don't remember meeting a lot of people, honestly. And I have to like swallow that pride or that fucking hard to swallow pill every time somebody's like, yeah, man, I met you like 4 years ago. I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't remember. My bad. Like, sorry. But then I remember seeing you a lot on the Monday morning motivations and stuff for We Are Film. And the reason I asked you to get on here is because I saw you doing a bunch of interviews at Tinder Battles this year.
Yeah.
So what made you want to do that this go around? And do you plan on doing like a somewhat kind of like a podcast, or are you just going to do like industry interviews when you go to events, or because I'm
So,
very interested in that because that's pretty cool.
yeah. So I was just hanging out with Chris from Tint the World. Shout
Oh
out to
yeah,
Chris and Dante. So I was right there talking to them, and then they were like, "Oh, let's get Green Valley Tint to do a quick podcast with us, and let's get Alicia from Ace of Shades to do a quick interview with us." So I was like, "Why can't I do the same? So why can you guys hop with on a video with me, like do a quick interview?" And they
right.
were like, "Yeah, let me just finish up with them, and then we'll go ahead and do it over here." So that's what kind of what gave me the idea.
Hell yeah,
But
dude.
it just
It's
happened
fun
out of nowhere.
stuff, man.
It happened out of nowhere. I was like, it's pretty fun. I mean, the first thing would be like just to build influence first, put my name out there, get to know me, because people would get to know me. That's why we're kind of doing this. But
Yeah, yeah, of
like
course.
if I'm a stranger to you, you're definitely not gonna watch my interviews. So
Oh, of course.
might as well like what I want to build is I want to build influence. I want people when I'm talking, I want people to listen and
Yeah,
get inspired in a sort of way. That's what I want to accomplish in life. It's not all about the money. Like money comes and goes. It gives you security because when you have a lot of money, um, and I say this from a little bit of experience, I still have a lot to live. I'm only 22 years old, but I can say from what I lived before. Gives you security because you feel like you're in the top of the world and like, oh, if I want, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I can just call off. I can just set that job aside. I have money in the bank account. I don't have to do that. It gives you security.
you're right. Gives you
So,
freedom.
yeah. So,
Did
what
you
I want
say
to
you're 22 years old?
23.
23. Fuck yeah, man. You know,
Yes.
it's funny, dude. I was 21 when I went through all that bullshit that I went through.
Yeah. So I was pretty young
It's
when I went
wild.
through all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people were saying that I was doing drugs. That was
Oh yeah, dude. Me too.
yeah. So
I
it's
was, but whatever.
now I think now they say the same thing that I'm doing drugs, but
I mean, if they're legal prescription drugs, they can kiss your ass, right? Like, and that's another thing I wanted to kind of bring up since we got into that earlier. Like, when it comes to like medication, I was very, very against it because of my past, experiences with different medications to try to help what was going on with me. So some people can deal with medication, some people cannot. Just from your experience, do you think it's something that that you need for probably the rest of your life? Or is it something that you think that, and I don't know what you take or whatever, I don't know the, situation, but is it something that you need help with, like that's going to help you?
It does help because I didn't want to take them at first. Like I'm young,
right?
So I think sorry, my light died here.
You're fine, dude. It looks fine like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was young and I was like, I don't want to take those. People would tell me like, hey, those pills are gonna mess up your stomach. Like, stop taking them. And then I stopped taking them, and then that's what happened. But now I kind of live with it. So I do sometimes. I forget, like dealing with customers all day, tinting windows and all that stuff. I kind of forget about taking the meds because I'm in a rush to eat. I usually take it after a meal. So after I'm done eating, I take them. So sometimes I forget, but I already made it a routine to kind of take them every single day. So
right. And shit, I probably still need meds, but I just don't go to no damn. I don't go to no damn anything mental health like professionals, because the reason I had a panic attack is because I went to a counselor, and that's how it happened. Like, I fucking opened up about bullshit I was doing, and I started panicking. They were like, "Yo, this dude needs to go to the hospital now." And and ever since then, dude, I've had like PTSD for like counselors and therapists and shit, because like, dude, fuck them. Like, I'll do whatever it takes not to go back to shit like that. Anyway, so that's fucking, it's crazy that our stories are similar, but then there's also people in the comments like Dustin Gonzalez he said something along the same lines of, he's been in trouble before with not the same thing, but like, I wonder, there's a lot of people in this industry who have had similar experiences in life to where they like hit rock bottom. They start tinting windows, or they've been tinting windows, and then they figure out where they belong in a sense, right? Speaking of tinter battles, what did you like the most about this last one that you went to?
I liked the most. What I liked the most was the connections. I went alone this time. That's what I was kind of afraid of, like going alone and like
just raw dogging it out there, huh?
Yeah. The first tinter battles I went with my wife, so I was always with her.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't push myself out there to connect with people. This time I went alone, and I would be like, oh, I'm standing here by myself. Let me just walk up to Jordan over there. Let me just introduce myself. So that's what I was doing. I met so many people over there. I think that's what I like the most about it, just networking with people.
And that's one of the best. That's my favorite part about going to events, is just talking to people, because I mean, you're there to network for sure. And me and my wife always go, and we brought our kids this time, like we did in Orlando and Amelia Island. And being there with family is nice, but whenever they go do their own thing and I'm just in the moment with all the homies and fucking, just vibing and having a good time, eating some snacks or whatever, trying energy drinks, shrinking back windows, talking to people, cutting up bullshit and smoke a cigarette, whatever. Like, just the quality time with the people in the industry is so beneficial for my mental health in a sense, because even like with this show has always been like one of my favorite things to do, because it gets me thinking and hearing stories that are similar to mine or even completely different, and they are, super successful and they've fucking millionaires or whatever, right? But it's like the diversity in the industry, but also we have like a similar mindset almost collectively of like, we're small business owners, but our job is like the funnest job ever, because we don't really work, feels like, but we do work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like we shouldn't make the money that we do doing what we're doing, bro. Like, it doesn't make sense. But then when you get to talk with people and learn new strategies, or you get to hear stories from others and like yours and people in the comments that are talking, like, it is inspiring, and it shows people that even if you have a shit time for a little while, you can always bounce back, dude. Like, everybody loves a comeback story. Like, everybody loves to hear somebody have a really, really rough time and then come out of it fucking stronger than they ever were, you know?
Yeah.
And I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing those things, because, man, not a lot of people would do that and put that out there.
I like sharing because I like where I am. I like my life. I like waking up every morning and getting out there. Like I'm loving the life I'm building. I'm not fully there where I want to be. I'm not saying that I'm already satisfied with where I'm at.
Right. You got to stay hungry still.
Yeah. So Thomas is saying that I wasn't alone at Central Battles. Let me break that up a little bit. I was with them. So I was with Cash and Ryan.
Well, yeah.
I wasn't alone. What I meant by alone was
he came alone, Thomas.
Yeah. So that's
he
what
didn't drive with anybody, Thomas.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the other story. I
like what Bill just said.
On my third shop, like how I found my third shop. So I was there for 2024. I found my other shop in November of 2024. I moved into the shop I have now. So I tinted for the owner, and then he offered me the shop, and then I just got it from there. But that shop, I can fit three or four cars if I really wanted to in there. So it's pretty big.
How much of a hike in rent did you have to pay though? Was it a lot more?
I pay like $900 for rent with.
That's not bad at all.
Utilities and everything, it's like $1,500 a month.
That's not bad at all, man.
No, I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere, but people still show up with the directions on their phone. They still show up. So
yeah, I'm in the middle of nowhere too, dude. I know what that's like. Like, if they want the work, they will find you.
Yeah,
they will. I've only had one person that said they couldn't find my shop, and it was because they probably didn't come out here. My cameras didn't pick them up driving by or nothing. So it's like, I know you didn't try to find it, bro. Like, don't try to bullshit me. Like, I know it. Because when people are short, they're like, couldn't find it. And I'm like, well, you could have given me a call, and then nothing back, you know? And then I'm like, if you want to try again tomorrow, nothing back. So that just tells me that, no, they didn't try, right?
But yeah, there's a lot of people in the comments. There's some good comments out there.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Bill said you'll be the hero of your own story. That's very true. I completely agree with that. You're always the hero of your own story. Nobody's going to come and save you. You have to do it yourself. Even though you have support behind you, they can't change anything for you. You have to make the decision to change. Yeah, and I'm sure you had like a rock bottom moment where you were like, I'm disgusted with myself. I have to do better. Like you had people that depended on you, right? Like your wife just got pregnant and you're like, fuck, now I got a kid on the way. I got to figure things out. And it's like, you can't not do it. You can't, because if you don't, you're just going to prove those people right that didn't want anything to do with you when you were at your lowest, right? Yeah. You don't want that, man, because then you're against yourself again. You know what I mean? Then you're fighting against yourself and everybody else. And you can't raise a kid in that kind of mindset, in my opinion. Like, it's hard being a parent, period. But like, to be in a bad mental state and try to raise children, it's almost damn near impossible, man, because it's going to rub off on them. So like, I want to say congratulations on turning shit around, man. That's awesome. You're welcome. You deserve it.
So Mauricio Chapa is asking about the social media and the gym day content on my page.
Yeah.
So that's basically how I want to build influence. So it's nice having a nice following on social media, having thousands of followers and showing that off to anybody you meet up with. Like, hey, I have 100,000 followers here. Like, I build influence on here. But what really triggers me is like, oh, I started going to the gym because I saw your posts every single day. Oh,
I've gotten those too, man. They're great.
I stopped drinking alcohol because I saw your consistency. I started waking up early because I saw your videos. I get those mostly every single day or every single weekend. Like,
I love that.
Week I get one person at least that says that to me. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me doing those videos.
Yeah.
If I can bring value to somebody's day.
And to one person.
Yeah, what I've been doing the last couple of days is I've been talking at the gym like, hey, get up, get off that couch, get off that bed. Let's go to the gym, man. Let's get active and let's
Get in the
just keep
fucking gym.
let's try to do better. And
Yeah.
then some people, I get a lot of reactions off of those videos, and that's kind of what it's becoming a habit now. I kind of enjoy doing it, but I want
It's
to
kind
build
of
it
addicting,
off
isn't
that.
it? Helping people.
Yeah,
It's kind of addicting seeing you inspire somebody.
yeah, it
Dude,
is.
I've had a couple people tell me that I inspired them to go back to the gym, and that makes me feel amazing. Like I'm like, dude, I wasn't even I was doing it for me. Like it's me proving to myself that I could do something, right? And yeah, I'll do it. I don't my goal isn't to inspire people every time I post, but I like to be inspiring. So what I post, it's not targeted at trying to be inspiring. It's just what I'm doing. And then if somebody thinks it's inspiring, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah,
cool. I'm so glad, like, because Sean G hit me up, or he said something. He goes, he's like, if we're being honest, what did he say? He goes, um, use, kind of, what did he say? I can't remember. He's like, in a roundabout way, you got me to go back and work out. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And then, like, when I post about going to the gym, there's the bros that fucking say they went to the gym. They post a picture too. And I'm like, fuck yeah, man. Like, it makes you feel good, right?
yeah,
For one, it's good for you because you're working on your personal health. And then seeing somebody else do it, you're like, fuck yeah, man. Like, let's all do this together. Just like people say all the time, like, what is it? Ships rise with, or all ships rise with the tide, or whatever the fuck it is. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's like the rising tide helps all ships or some shit. Somebody in the comments say it. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like it makes a chain reaction with people to where like then everybody's like, shit, I want to be a part of getting fit too. Like I want to feel good, look good, smell good, whatever,
yeah,
But that's awesome, man. Like that kind of stuff on social media, I think is what we need more of. A lot of this cringe culture, humiliation culture, whatever that's going on, where people just always make fun of people or like try to make people feel bad. Like that shit's for the birds, man. Like I don't give a fuck about none of that stuff. Like I hate it, especially like if I'm live and then there's people just talking shit to try to get under my skin, and then they're all like, oh man, you need to learn how to control yourself. And I'm like, you need to learn how to shut the fuck up and not be an antagonistic piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you can keep your mouth shut about things you don't like. You know what I mean? Like, and then I had somebody the other day call me an internet tough guy. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm just standing up for what I believe in. Like, I'm not trying to be a tough guy because I'm not a tough guy. I'm very stuck in my like ideology or whatever you want to call it, my mindset. But like, yeah, the rising tide lifts all boats. That's what I was trying to say. The rising tide lifts all ships. That's what I was trying to get at. Thank you, Mauricio. I appreciate that, sir. But yeah, like,
but you do get hate, but I know they're always.
But it's
watching,
okay.
so they're always watching. So I mean,
Yeah,
they
give them a fucking show.
They're your biggest fan. So I don't know.
Exactly. Somebody said, I saw a post one day. It was like, if everybody's going to watch you and hate on you, you might as well give them a good fucking show. You know what I'm saying? Like, bring the heat.
Yeah.
Show them what's up. Like, just fucking, who cares, right?
Yeah.
But that also comes with like, and I'm sure you've gotten some of that too, because when you put yourself out there more, people are going to try to find something to bring you down, and it's fucked up. Like it's like that person has to be super miserable to see you doing something positive and good for your life to want to try to drag it down and make it negative. Like that's one of my biggest pet peeves. My biggest pet peeve is like shitting on somebody's happiness. It's like, what do you really gain from that? Do you feel good? Because if you feel good doing that, you're a piece of shit. Like you're a piece of shit, man. Like unless the person's a really bad person, I don't see the benefit of it. Like there are some shit people out there that kind of like lie about their life or whatever, and they project this whole nother image, right? But if you're putting forth your true authentic self to people and they try to shit on your happiness, dude, that's the worst, man. Like it's the worst shit. It's worse than like coming up and spitting in my face. You know, like in my opinion, but some other people might think different. What's up, Sam? What was this? Be who you needed. Yeah, for sure. That's it. Honestly, that's the main thing that I feel like we're talking about is like when you're at your lowest, I bet you're that person that you needed now that you needed back then, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
now I
mean,
try to help out as much people as I can.
good.
I mean, I have a bunch of family members that I try to help out, but if they don't help out themselves, you can't really help them out.
Exactly. Nobody's going to help themselves unless they're disgusted with themselves to the point where they make a change.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
sure. 100% because I'm sure you know that because I feel like you've lived it. I know that because I've been there. And I'm sure a couple people in the chat that have been there as well. And that just goes to show that like everybody has a common goal is to like they want to be the best that they can be. Maybe they take a little longer than other people to get there, you know, and they have to fuck around and find out. And then at the end of the day, once you figure it out, dude, there's no turning back. Like there's no reason to go back to that old way because the
No,
new
no.
way is way better, right? The new way
Yeah.
feels good, you
Yeah,
know?
I've been waking up early for the longest now, and if sometimes when the moon is out and I see light outside, I'm like, man, I slept in, but no, it's still 5, so I'm still good. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
so it's kind of hard going back to that life when you get out of it. I know what you
You're
mean
right.
by that. Yeah.
I love it. Man, I knew I don't know why, but I just had a feeling that our stories would be pretty similar, and I knew I'd be able to relate. And I'm really glad that you did tell this story, man, because if even if the people that aren't watching now, they see this later, I really hope that inspires them to either tell their story to help other people as well or change something if they need to change something. Because you know, sometimes it just helps to hear that people have gone through those things like they have in order for them to finally go, you know what, if he could fucking do it, I can fucking do it too.
Yeah, yeah. If once you, I think everybody has to hit rock bottom to actually, cause to do something in life. Like when you hit that rock bottom, like that's when you kind of build yourself up and start getting stuff going. So
And I think everybody has their own rock bottom. Like it doesn't have to be that you're on drugs and you're going crazy and you're homeless and you move to a different state on accident and you know you go to jail and all that. I don't think that's not everybody's rock bottom. Like some people's rock bottom is like they lost a loved one. They lost a loved one and they feel lost because they don't have that person, or it could be they lost a job that they've done forever because of something, you know, that was their fault of why they lost the job, and then they get down on themselves. And it really all just goes back to, in my opinion, your mental health, man. Like if you can't beat your own mind, it's gonna be rough, man. Like it's gonna be tough if you can't shut that bitch in your head up. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, that's
keep
why
that
meditation
shit
comes in.
quiet. Yeah. And that's where working out comes in hand, you know, in handy, because you're focused on what you're doing instead of what you're thinking, right? So
Yeah,
you put thoughts away and you do nothing but action, and you don't have time to think about those things. You know, the idle mind is the devil's playground or whatever, right? So like just continuously keep things moving forward. I don't always do that. I have my days where I sit here and I just sulk in my own depression, right? And I sit here and I just feel sorry for myself. And then it comes to a point to where you're like, all right, get the fuck up and do something. Go do the dishes. Go fucking switch over the laundry. Go walk out in the shop and clean something. Sit here and make a video for the podcast. You know,
yeah,
clip something for your business or whatever. Go play with your kids. You know, go do something and get active. Like motion is medicine, right?
yeah.
Like the more you're
Like
moving, the more you're grooving, the better you're feeling, the better you're doing, in my
yeah,
opinion.
like if I don't know, I don't want to get too religious, but if you're religious,
No, you're good.
like if you're like at home in your bed just waiting for the phone to ring, it's like 90% of the time it's probably not gonna ring. I mean, for some people it does work. Like, oh, let me just lay in bed and wait for the phone to ring. But if you get up, go to the gym, Like it has happened to me before. Like one day I was like really slow, and I got up. I went to the gym. That's before I started staying consistent with waking up early. Like at that day, I woke up early. I went to the gym, and I landed the job at the gym just because I was wearing a shirt of my own company.
Yep,
A person, or like a guy, walked up to me.
for
And he was like,
sure.
"Hey, are you the owner?" And then we started a whole conversation. And then I gave
Yep,
him a price. And then after the gym, he dropped off his car at my shop.
you
So
gotta love
if I
that.
would have stayed at home lazy, like being lazy,
You wouldn't
I
have got
wouldn't.
that job.
No, I wouldn't.
Yep.
So
I love what Jay said here. He said the phoenix must burn to emerge. Because like the story of the phoenix is it has to die and burn up for it to fucking be reborn into this bigger, better version of itself, right?
yeah, you have to
And
go through things to actually build
yeah,
your
I agree.
full person. Yeah,
Man, it's already been an hour, bro. It's already
yeah.
been an hour, and I didn't even notice until I just looked down. Man, we can go on for a little bit longer, but it is almost bedtime for my kiddos. Something I did want to touch on is the social media thing that you were talking about, like the videos and things like that. Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you plan on doing like a vlog on there? Do you plan on just doing short videos like Instagram Reels, stuff like that? Or what's your plan for
Uh,
that? Because I know Mauricio asked earlier.
yeah. So I do post on YouTube. I have a few videos on there. It's just hard making YouTube videos too for me.
I agree. I'm
Like
saying
a
like,
reel, you can just record clips and structure them. But for YouTube, if you're doing a day in the life, say you have an angry customer, you kind of forget that you're recording a day in the life. So it kind of, oh, then you have a bunch of clips in your camera roll. You're like, oh, I started that day in the life the other day, but I didn't even finish. It has
yeah,
happened to me before because you get so like busy during the day. Like in the morning, it's all perfect because it's all calm and you can just record yourself as you go at the
right.
gym, waking up and all that stuff. But once your day starts going, that's when you fall off and not do it. But on Instagram, I do post every single day. I post a reel when I wake up on there. So when people go to work, when they're packing their lunch or whatever they're doing, they check their phone. The first thing that pops up is my reel on there.
And
And
what's
then
your Instagram handle for people that want to follow you?
it's Gabe's dot tints.
Hold
It's
on just a second. At GABES dot
yeah, TINTZ, and then the slash bar on the bottom.
like the backslash,
Yeah,
like that.
no, the bottom one though.
Oh, the an underline basically thing or whatever.
Yeah, that one.
Underscore. Underscore. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so I post there every single day. The time I wake up, it's the same thing every single day. So you can go check it out. Like everything is out there right now.
Y'all go follow him on Instagram. Right
So
here.
it's the time I wake up. I show my kitchen, like my stove clock. The time I wake up, then I post a story of me journaling, like my day. I plan out my day every single day. That's really helped out a lot, staying consistent with stuff. And then I plan out my day, post about it. Then I go to the gym, post about the gym. Then I post basically anything that happens in my day or anything I have in mind. Sometimes I'm driving and I just think about something. I pull out the phone, start recording myself, and just hit upload. So
That's how my Facebook is, dude. I'm just fucking. It's all thought vomit usually. Like it's what I'm thinking or what I'm. Some situation happens over here about this thing, and I try to generalize it about everything. You know, it's just fucking. It's how the
yeah,
brain works. You know, the brain's just always like, "Hey, this is kind of cool. Share it." It's like, all right.
yeah. It's been yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I posted about the Wolf of Wall Street. I was
Yeah.
like, that's funny. I want to point it out. I was like, is your business slow? If so, I know mine is. I think I need to hear this too. If your business is slow, pick up the phone and start dialing, just like on the movie The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Said, and then a lot of people they swiped up on the story and they were like, "You're the wolf," and I was cracking up.
Hell yeah. I love that.
It's fun posting content, man. I
Oh,
love
for
it.
sure. Yeah, man. Engagement with people, man, from anywhere and everywhere. That's why I love doing it on Facebook because most of my tent friends are on there and they
Yeah.
see my shit a lot and I see their shit a lot. And it's like a lot of local people don't even see my stuff. And that's okay because I got the business page, you know? I got one more thing Um, yeah, I'm about to have to. We got to wrap this up. I got to have you back on again later. I do have 2 guests lined up for the next 2 weeks, so I don't know if it'll be soon, but I definitely will put you on the returning guest list because I did have. What did I have? Oh no, I think we covered all the stuff on my. Yeah, all my notes are already. Yep, you went over all the shit on my notes, so.
Yeah, so I didn't have anything planned. I kind of went freestyle, so I kind of
I love it.
said it all. So
I mean,
it's it's an
for everybody
inspiring
that's watching.
story.
They know that's how it goes, and that story. I'm glad you told it, man. Like I said earlier, dude, takes a lot of courage to actually tell the bad shit, right? And a lot of
Yeah,
people would
oh,
never
like
tell their
yeah,
bad shit because they're ashamed of it. And I don't think that anybody should be ashamed of any of the bad shit they've ever done. You know, within reason. You know, like if it's real bad, I don't want to hear it. But like whenever you struggle and you go through things and you build yourself up and you get better, I love that shit, man. Like it's
yeah,
super inspiring, especially knowing after seeing you at the events and then seeing you in the We Are film and now you taking the time to be on my little show here. I hope that it helps, and I hope that it helps somebody, at least one person that watches this, to understand that you're not alone sometimes, right? That
no,
everybody goes through shit, and it might not be the same as yours, but it's still shit. You know what I mean? You got to wipe, right? Like you got to get over it. You got to move on. You got to get better. And I can tell that you're doing great, like just by your demeanor and the way you present yourself. You have your direction, and it seems like you know what you've got planned for yourself, especially with your planning every day. Like I see it on the paper. Like that is structure, and that's something that will make you successful in life for sure. And I don't see it
yeah,
going the opposite direction anytime soon.
no. If you keep doing the right things every single day, the only thing is that's gonna happen. Like I'll put it this way: if you will never fail if you never quit.
I like that.
So
Usually I do a dark truth final thought, like something you leave people with
and I kind of
at the end of the show. And I think that might be it, bro. Will you say it again?
you never. I forgot about it. I got
He
short
said,
term memory.
it,
It was let's rewind it.
it was one of
You
those
can
fleeting
never.
thoughts.
I forgot how it went. So it was like you can never fail if you never quit.
There you go. I love it. Well, Gabe, man, I really appreciate you being on and telling your story, dude.
Yeah,
This,
thanks for
this is
having me
one of
on.
the best stories I've heard in a long time, man. And
Yeah,
I
appreciate
love
that.
that it's similar to mine because it just makes it that much better. Not just because it's my story, like the same kind of thing, but it is nice for me hearing it from you that you've been through something similar. And it's
Yeah,
inspiring that you're young and you have so much potential and you're ahead of a lot of people because of what you've already been through. And what you're going to find is that you're going to help a lot of people, man. And I can't
yeah.
wait for it. It's going to
So
be great.
that's probably why if you meet me in person, that's probably why I stay quiet most of the times because I've been through a lot of stuff. So I kind of if I don't have a purpose talking, I don't talk. So I want to be heard when I speak. So like I don't know why I
Yeah.
point that out, but yeah, that's basically sometimes why I'm the quiet one in the group. So
Right. Yeah, because I do see you be quiet on the Monday motivations and
yeah,
shit.
so if there's nothing to say, I won't say anything. So I kind of want to
Right.
be heard when I speak. So yeah.
Good. Well, we got an hour and 15 minutes of you speaking, dude, and I love it because that's probably more than you've talked all day. Not just playing.
No. I've been talking all day. I mean,
Right.
with customers, I have them waiting. I usually start conversations with them all the time.
That's good
I
shit.
kind of hate the crickets, so I kind of want to push some words out there, so make them speak
Nice.
about themselves, get to a network with people. So
I love it, dude. Again, I appreciate you being on, dude. I'm gonna have to have you back at some point to do a little update.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with if you're going to be going to more events and stuff like that. I look forward to seeing your Instagram stories and inspiring people in the industry.
Yeah, so for I was gonna say WFR, but for We Are Film, me and my uncle are going out there, and probably
Sick.
my wife as well. We're gonna
Nice.
drive to Atlanta from here, from Pennsylvania, down there.
It's
It's
a good
not
ass drive.
100%. It's not 100% confirmed the trip, but he already told me that he will take me, that he wants to go, because I kind of told him the story about Tinder battle, so he wants to
Yeah.
attend that.
That's awesome, man. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I love hearing that, man. I love when non-tent people are inspired to go check shit out because it sounds cool, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you being on again, bro. I got to go put these kiddos in bed. Everybody watching, I appreciate y'all watching. If you would, share the live so other people could see it. That'd be great. But, man, other than that, is there anything else you want to say before you get off here? Or?
Just get active. Go to the gym and stop being lazy. Let's go.
Hey, get in the fucking gym, he said, bro. Get in the fucking gym.
Yeah,
all right, dude.
Sure. All right, man. See
I
ya.
appreciate you, brother. You have a great rest of your night, man, and go crush it this week, man.
Yeah, you too.
Yes, sir. See ya. Well, guys, that was amazing. I loved that. That was great. I appreciate y'all watching. Gabe's story is definitely inspiring. I have a similar one, so it really hits home. And I love seeing where he's been and where he's gone and where he's going. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. And thank you again, Gabe, for sharing all of that information and your story with us. It was inspiring, to say the least. And I hope everybody has a great night. My guest next week, should I say? Y'all want to know who my guest is next week? Y'all want to wait for the post? I think I'll go ahead and tell you. Maybe I'll wait. I don't know. Anyways, I'll go ahead and tell y'all. So next week, on the 11th, same time, I have the one and only Mauricio Chapa with High Tech. Well, he uses High. Anyways, y'all know him from High Tech. And I can't wait to sit down and talk to him as well. He was in here asking some great questions. And I can't wait to ask him some questions next week about his social media content, about his experience in the industry, what he wants to provide, and what he plans on doing in the future. And yeah, so look forward to it. And I hope y'all look forward to it also. I will probably have it, the event up and live now after this show, just because I'm trying to get a little better at getting them planned ahead of time to get a little more hype built up. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, because like with Gabe, it was kind of like a last minute. I saw him on the Monday Morning Motivation on We Are Film, and I've always wanted to chat with him, but something just made me want to ask him to be on, and I'm glad I did because it was great. It was amazing. So love y'all. I'm going to get off here so I can tuck these kiddos in bed, but I will check y'all later. Y'all have a great rest of the night, and love ya. And don't forget, be who you needed. See ya.